Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Sports Report podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have a cast of thousands here with me tonight. Going to be a very short show. Josie couldn't make it, not feeling well. Get better, Josie. Going to be a very short show. Got some things we want to go over, and after that, we're out of here. But as you can see, we got Erica back with us. What's up, Erica?
Hi.
And we got Dan down there. Dan, what's up?
I'm always here, Will.
Yep. Dan's always here. All right, the first thing I want to go into, goodness for some NFL football. Let's go. What's up, man? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
Is that what he goes by nickname-wise? Ando?
Yeah, that's his
name. I was asking
if...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I do want to get into this. The New York Giants finally signed back Saquon Barkley onto the roster. And again, we talked about it last week, and I want to touch on it a little bit today. The running back position has just been so devalued. I mean, these guys are having meetings talking about faking injuries and things like that. Now you got the word out that Jonathan Taylor's has to be traded. What do you guys think? I mean, how can we fix this?
Saquon, that was a 1-year, $11 million deal, correct?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a weird thing because, like, he only gets the 1 year. So, like, he's smart for taking the money because, like, I mean, he could have just held out. Le'Veon Bell did it, but nobody's going to make that Le'Veon Bell mistake again. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just not going to do it. It's good for him to take his money right now, I guess, but for him, like, long-term, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It really does.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the running back position at this point.
That's a damn shame.
And, I do have to agree with Brandon. The running backs are very undervalued a lot of the times.
Yes. So undervalued. And it's like you signed Daniel Jones to all that money for having one good year, but Saquon's been your workhorse.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I don't know if he's much more needed than Daniel Jones, but he's definitely he's a more explosive part of that offense for sure. But like, they're just looking for a solid quarterback, a guy who, like, you got 15 guys that even stay in the league at this point at quarterback. So that's why they signed him, and he's younger, and he has way more of a shelf life because you can't touch quarterbacks. Right. So like, is he more needed than Daniel Jones? You're probably right. Is he, like, in the short term, he's more needed than Daniel Jones, but in the long term, definitely not, because right. I mean, he's just going to get the shit beat out of him, unless Saquon can be one of those guys like a Frank Gore who plays forever, but it doesn't seem like that's his, that's not really his calling card, is like not getting injured, because Saquon's always injured, it seems like.
He says he thinks the Giants are better with Saquon than they are with Jones.
For sure. Like, if you're going to trade one of them out for 1 year, you definitely want Saquon Barkley right now. But long term, it is actually a smart decision to lock up Jones, because he's one of those guys that can play quarterback in the NFL every year. So, like, there's not many of those dudes. And it's just well, like we said before, like, who's the alternative? Who's gonna be better than Daniel Jones, honestly? Right. Like, it's not like you can just go, you can hit lightning in a bottle, I guess, but like, good luck with that. Or you could be in the basement for 10 years.
Yep.
And that's what happens. So like, it's just they're just not really gambling men up there in New York.
Me too. I agree.
11 million reasons.
do agree. All right. Quick show tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and do let me see. Here we go. Okay, y'all. Stephen A. Smith and Paul George have been going at it. Stephen A. Smith, after we broke it down how much money Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are making missing these games. Does Stephen A. have a point with those two that they're basically being paid to sit at home? Does Stephen A. have a point?
Eric, I'll let you take this one first.
Hey, I don't follow basketball at all.
But if two guys get paid in any sport, if two guys get paid and they don't ever play, and it looks like they're purposely not playing because they get paid a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that. Definitely. I mean, how else do you look at that? If there's no other facts to go against, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you look at it like they might legitimately be injured. You could. I mean, that's what a lot of people think is like, oh, he's just had a lot of problems with injuries. Like, I think he's had a lot of problem with his mindset. I think he's rich and he knows that all that money is guaranteed and he doesn't really want. Why would you want to beat your body up if it's already coming to me? Like,
right.
Yeah.
I understand the mindset 100%. Like it also kills it for me because like, I mean, that just the competitiveness wise, like, you know, you don't win with those guys because they like, that's how much it shows. It's about mindset. Like that's really what me and Tony did after dark completely about is like the mental aspect of athletes, because you could be the most talented dude ever and just not want to play. Anthony Davis, for example. I don't think Anthony Davis wants to play most of the time. I think that when he gets in the playoffs and he's like, oh, now we can win a title. Like then he starts playing. But like, if he thinks, you know, anything happens, it's a porcelain facade, you know?
I mean, especially if they are like players that are prone to being, I guess, riddled with injury, I guess you could say, right? I kind of would like lean more towards the fact, you know, why would I want to continue to beat my body up? Let me go ahead and sit at home, say I got an injury, and get paid because I'm still going to get paid anyways.
Right. And that's the crazy thing about like basketball is like you can get injured in basketball and miss a whole season, but like there's not a whole lot of parts of basketball that like it is a contact sport, but it's not a football contact sport.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I feel like there's like more longevity with NFL players. Like NFL players tend to like not have these things where because if they get injured like that, like Kawhi did, they're just out of the league. Like it's just basically over for them. And plus their contracts aren't fully guaranteed either.
Yep.
So they have so much incentive, no pun intended, incentive in their contract and incentive personally to play like that. Exactly. I mean, that's guaranteed money is what is going to, guaranteed money is what's going to like, it's going to make guys not want to play sometimes. Like that's what it does. It's all person to person. Like, some of these guys just do want to win and they are legitimately competitive. A lot of them are, but there's cases where you're just so talented and you just kind of got in the NBA because you're just like 6'8" and like you can run and jump, right? And like Ben Simmons, for example, I don't think Ben Simmons ever wanted to play basketball. I think Ben Simmons grew to 6'6" in high school or 6'8", 6'10", whatever the fuck he was in high school, and everyone was like, "Oh, Ben, you can play in the NBA. Oh, you're going to go play in the NBA. You're going to make all this money. You're going to go play in the NBA." And he had so many like people around him telling him like, "That's what you're doing, Ben. You're playing in the NBA." And I think he got pigeonholed into it because he's 6'10" into playing in the NBA. And I don't think he wants to play basketball. Maybe he wants to be a fucking accountant. I don't know. But like there's how many 6'10" accountants do you know? Oh yeah, 0 because they don't.
But at the same time, though, you're going to try and tell me that dude didn't have a say in what he was going to do. I mean, come on now. You get to make the decision what you do in life. So
do you when you're a 6'10" high school player and you're just like so good that people are like, "Hey, you're good enough to play in the NBA, Ben. Like you can go to the NBA. You can make all of us proud, Ben." It doesn't mean you have to, but it definitely fucking steers you towards that decision. It steers you towards that decision big time.
You at the end of the day still ultimately make the decision as to what you're doing. So I mean, really, dude made his own decision. You can't tell me differently. That doesn't, not in a perfect world. What?
So you're saying that if you set up and you were going to be a fucking professional baseball player, whatever the fuck it is, and there's all these people around you going, hey, like you can go to the pros, like you can make all this money, like go make us proud, and like go make all this money, and like we can. Essentially, what I'm saying is like the people around him have incentive to tell him that he should go play in the NBA, and that seems like the most logical choice, right? Because there's this glamorous feeling behind it. You just got cat pounced.
You just got.
I did.
I love the tail. I love the tail in front of the camera. It's great. No, yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, he can choose ultimately, and he has kind of. That's the thing. Like, but he just had to do it awkwardly, like while he already plays in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like he waited too long to make that decision if he's going to make it. He did. Right. Like he waited too long to, and like that, I don't blame Ben Simmons for that. Like I just think like he was like in the NBA and he's like, I don't want to do this for a living, maybe. And like now it's like a big deal because he already got paid and he can be an NBA player. But now he's sitting there going, this is never what I wanted to do. You guys kind of forced me into this, but it's too late now. He's already, exactly. So everyone's going, oh, well, you were there and you had a good rookie season. Like you're capable of playing in the NBA, like, and he's still getting pushed into it. Does that make sense? Like he's still getting,
no, I
like,
get it.
If your heart's not there, like you're just not going to be that good. Essentially, like, if your mind's not in it.
I don't know. I guess that's why, like, in my mind, it's just like, like if you're really that unhappy, like you control like what happens, like only you can make that change, like,
But once you get that money, though, and that lifestyle and that fame and everything with it, then you're going, okay, well, there's this side of it.
Like, is it worth giving up all this money in this nice, fancy house that I live in? And
exactly. Like, is it that worth it? Like, is my heart really not that? Is my heart not that much in it? Like I get to play a game for a living. Like I understand that it's hard work. And it's not like it becomes more than a game to a lot of these guys. It is more than a game when you're in the NBA because the competitive is. I mean, the competition is so stout in any professional sport, really, that like it becomes more of a it is a very, very hard job to do. Like yeah, it helps if you're 6'10". Yeah, it helps if you have the athletic talent, but like it doesn't make the whole thing. I mean, I think that's what a lot of these guys are dealing with is like they might not have wanted to do this, but they kind of got like, oh, Ben, you're 1 in a million athlete. You're a 1 in a million type of guy. And like, why would you not take that amazing opportunity to make a lot of money and play this game? Like, because I don't fucking want to. Right. and Ben never did. Like he just didn't ever do that. He never went because I don't fucking want to do that. Like I want to work at Ron John's surf shop and be a fucking bum. That's what I want to fucking do. Like nobody wants to hear that. Like, dude, if it was your best, I don't care if it's your best fucking friend, dude. Like, literally, you could be like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. Like, I kind of just want to go work at Ron John.
Goodness.
And they would be like, are you fucking crazy? Like, you're in the NBA. Like, why would you not want to do? Like, it's so many people on the outside going, like, why would you not want to do that? Because I don't fucking want to. And and nobody says it. Like, they don't say it because because nobody else has that opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got kind of like handed this opportunity that only 1 in a million people get, it becomes almost a commitment instead of like an actual choice. It really does.
Oh yeah. I agree. Completely agree.
I get that.
All right, you guys. All right, guys. We're gonna step away for a quick second. No, actually, we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep this thing going. Let's keep this thing going.
I mean, I'm not saying. It's only worth it if you run for it. I won't stop till they hit me down. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
This is normally Josie's segment, but I'm gonna do it. I heard a rumor. Let me get your thoughts and comments down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to this channel, by the way. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Somebody like us.
Somebody
like us. Like us.
Somebody
say that we're good.
Erica, somebody other than Erica like us.
Say we're good. Say we're good. Say we're good.
Somebody other than Erica likes us. She loves us.
Say that we're good.
Yes. Erica loves us.
Say that I'm good, Will.
Look, I have a very love-hate relationship with both of you. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here.
I mean, nobody wants to have just like a vanilla, like, oh, that guy's all right. I'm not trying to be like an in-between zone.
Right.
Like I'm not really. I've never have.
Right. I'm still trying to find it. And I'm still trying to find your 10% Asian. I know you got it.
It's probably in there. I mean, it probably dates all the way back to like the Genghis Khan and all that stuff. Like, seriously.
Her great,
I mean,
great,
he's-
great, great.
My
Her great,
fam-
great, 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 great
my
grand.
my family is like so white.
She said her family's so white.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
There's like white,
Clearly-
Mexican, like Italian, like it's like a Heinz 57. That's what my parents always said. We were Heinz 57.
your family is?
Yeah, because we got a little bit of everything in it.
Mm.
So there's definitely Asian in there.
I don't
I mean,
know. That
the
doesn't
more
mean
chances-
anything
You
will.
need, hey,
Right.
It doesn't.
We need to get your ancestry.com kit so we can go back.
Exactly.
No,
I
thank
mean, that's what it's
you.
got to be.
Yeah, we can go back
23andMe.
to see.
You're not going to. Why are you against genealogy?
What? I'm not against.
You acted like you were like super against it there.
Okay, if
You're
I
like, no,
could,
never going to do that.
I could go up here and find my my family's genealogy that I've actually been working on updating so that it's current. So
That's awesome. So, but
That's
wouldn't
awesome.
23andMe help you with that? Like that would help you
I mean,
immensely.
So because of like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Just a little white guy here. Little white. We're just gonna put a happy little white guy right here.
Oh my god.
Happy little white guy.
But no, like, so my like family has like their own website and shit. We have our own town. Like we have record of everything. So like it's
Damn.
not hard to like catch it up that I wouldn't have to do something like that.
Right. Well, if they don't want to bring
So-
up the segment, we'll-
And we
Yeah,
like
right.
we pretty much have contact with like everybody like on like the one side of the family. Like we pretty much talk to them all. So I mean,
I don't mean to like accuse your family of anything, Erica, but like you're saying one of them could have stepped out at some point.
wait, what?
Like, let's be honest. Like one of them couldn't have stepped out of the old marriage or out of the old bloodline for a second, and just had a kid on like some Asian whim or something. Like, yeah, like I'm sure your Aunt George or your
A great-
Uncle George is like, yeah, well, I definitely stayed with this woman my whole life, but like, who knows?
Right.
Her
You gotta get the
great-
actual like.
her
I
great-
don't know.
great-grandfather
It's
might have
quite
been-
possible. Like I don't
her
know.
great grandfather might have went on in the military, did a tour of Japan, hit up a chick, had a kid.
You know what's funny about that? I actually have an aunt that was born in Japan.
Oh, cool.
So I mean, the chance just jumped through the roof on that one, Will.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, it's all about the odds.
But-
Jesus Christ.
But the rumor, guys, and I know you guys, I know Erica don't. I just want to bring it out there for the segment. So Joseph said, Will, you didn't do a fight night segment. I don't feel like hearing your mouth, Josie. I feel like hearing your mouth. I'm gonna do one. Real quick, there's a rumor out there, and I'll leave it again. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. There's a rumor
I'm gonna
saying
get my
Jade
opinion.
might not be coming back to AEW, but going over to WWE. So I'm gonna let that stand right there. Master Fight Night segment. Like I said, this is gonna be a short show because we're about to talk into baseball. Then after we get into baseball, we getting the hell out because I got stuff I got to do tomorrow. so you know,
I guess if I gotta do tonight.
I got shit I got to do tomorrow, and I got to get some sleep. Yes,
You got an
Did you-
Asian that you're going on a date with?
I actually got another podcast that I got to do in the morning. And it's a and
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
a-
right. I forgot you were doing that. That's right.
And it's a
Will's
pay-
allowing his other commitments to affect the show.
So you know, hey, ain't too much out there.
Josie, I hope you heard this.
It's more baseball to talk about than anything else. I mean,
I mean,
nothing going on in the NBA free agency. You got very little going on in the NFL right now. Training camp, you know what? We're gonna talk about the return of Jimmy Graham back to my Saints. We're gonna talk about that. I don't know.
I actually forgot Jimmy Graham was still in the NFL. So
He on the wrong side of 36.
hey,
yeah, that's
did you all see
ridiculous.
Joe Burrow got hurt?
Yeah, he did get hurt.
How bad?
He'll be out
Well,
for
he's
a
had
little bit.
surgery or something, right?
Yeah,
Is that the Hall of
Yes.
Fame game on Thursday?
They ended
Jets
up
versus
bringing
Browns on
somebody up
Thursday.
to replace him.
Jets versus Browns on Thursday.
Brandon, do you actually watch the preseason of the NFL? Because that stuff is painful to watch for me.
That's some dedication, though.
You know what?
Games that mean
You know
nothing
what?
are just
Football is football, and it's been long enough, and it's time for football to be back. Okay.
Oh, there's one thing I
It's
did want to get to
football.
that I forgot. There's one thing I didn't want to get that I forgot. There's rumor on some ACC teams going over to the Big Ten. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. Stupid.
See?
Just freaking.
It's painful, but it's fucking football.
Yeah. But I think that's the dumbest. Why is a Florida State fan? And don't get me wrong, we travel to the Big Ten. The Big Ten?
What do you mean? Florida State's going to the Big Ten?
Yeah, there's a rumor
when
out
is
there.
It? Okay.
SEC teams are going out.
I was going to say I hadn't seen that. It is a rumor though.
That's
I mean, that'd be better than the ACC.
Yeah, but it kills you logistically.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to travel, but look at Oklahoma's in the SEC.
That's what
I mean.
They get start. We are not in the SEC.
I'm not starting. I'm just saying, like,
you were starting. Those were fighting words, and you know it.
I didn't say they're going to be in the basement of the SEC, like I could have said. I'm not going to say they're consistently going to be in the basement.
But instead, you said Oklahoma.
Yeah, it just seems relevant. I mean, I don't know. Like, FSU. I mean, okay, so Washington, Oregon. Dude, it's just going to be Pangea eventually. You know that, right? Like, they're all just going to come together. Like, there's going to be like Western, Eastern Hemisphere is what it's going to be.
That's all it's going to be.
I mean,
that's all it's going to be.
Why not? Why the fuck do like conferences even matter at this point? Like, there's a play-in tournament in which any conference.
Who is it that just got added to Big 12? Wasn't it Rado?
You would ask that.
Wasn't it Rado though?
Colorado? I'm not sure.
Colorado was already in the Big 12.
No, but I thought they were like in the process of coming back.
Well, Colorado is in the Big 12.
Since OU and Texas are leaving next year,
yeah,
Big 12 still has to find replacements to go in, and I'm pretty sure Rado is coming back to the Big 12.
Are you saying Colorado? Who's
Rado?
Are you
Colorado.
saying
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Colorado's already in the Big 12. Oh no, they're not, are they?
Yeah, they're not. They're Pac-12.
Yeah, I got you.
They're Pac-12 now. Yeah.
And it's like Pac-8. There's like no fucking. Well, it's the Big 10, and there's like 18 teams in it now. Like, just stop with all of like the big conference. Southeastern Conference is what it's going to be.
These conferences are going to have conferences within conferences. I mean, damn.
SEC, and then the other one should be called everyone else. The EO, everyone else.
Everybody
really, it should be that way.
It should. That's it. If most of your talent, if most of your talent comes from, and historically, college kids stay in the general same area as where they went to school in high school, right? They do generally. Then if all your talent comes from the southeast, or southeast, then like that's where all of your good teams are. I mean, that's where your other teams are going to be. Like, there's a ton of talent in Florida, Texas, obviously Alabama,
California.
California's the only one that's like not in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the only, basically the only one that's there's talent a little bit further north, like not in Oklahoma, no talent in Oklahoma. There's none in Nebraska. I live here. There's not even enough people to be any talent in here. For one, there's not enough people.
Listen, hold on. You guys just got Jordy Ball back in that state. Y'all got a massive amount of talent sitting there. Don't disrespect.
I mean, nobody cares about softball. That's it. Like, about sports people care about. No, I'm kidding. No, I thought that was awesome. I don't know anything about, like, our volleyball team is playing in Memorial Stadium next year.
Damn.
Really?
They sold out. Our volleyball team sold out Memorial Stadium.
Damn.
Yeah, Brandon.
94,000 people. They sold out.
Brandon. Brandon. He does. Yeah, Brandon. He does live in Nebraska.
Y'all softball's about to get better. I promise you, and it's probably going to be because of Little Miss.
It's already been pretty good. I mean, it hasn't been Oklahoma good, but we're competitive every year, I think.
All right, you guys.
Are we not? Am I not well informed on that?
What?
Our volleyball is amazing.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, y'all's volleyball is amazing.
Let's go ahead and finish this puppy up. Got a trade. I went down with my Mets as they continue their fire sale going into this season. Let's go ahead and get into the 7th inning stretch. Let's go.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
Guys, I get why the Mets made that trade. I get it. The season sucks.
You purposely put that up, didn't you, Dan? You just had to.
Yeah, why would I not?
Everything is better than Oklahoma. I don't know about all that.
It's I mean, you were driven through Oklahoma? You should fucking kill myself.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Guys, this is coming from you guys never point out the fucking irony of me making fun of Oklahoma being driven through, and I live in Nebraska. You ever driven through Nebraska? It's just cornfields. Like there's literally not anything else. Like it's not.
I've been in Nebraska.
There's Oklahoma has things.
The only thing I got in Nebraska was racially profiled, and that was it.
Absolutely.
What's up, Gene?
Jesus.
What up, man? What up, my
Gene,
man,
your week with me has not been a fucking very good one. You know that? You gotta fucking do some group chat bullshit with that I'm pretty sure you know isn't true. That he did. I think he did just to fucking trigger me. Like I think that was almost what it was because Gene knows better than that. He's smarter than that, and he's spewing out some fucking archaic MJ shit. Like get the fuck out of here, Gene. We're gonna have a conversation later, Gene. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna have a conversation later. Sorry. I didn't want to air that dirty laundry.
The Moosin champion versus the Moosin champion of the world versus the CEO of Walmart and Trailer Parks, baby.
He's Canadian, so he's got a. That's right.
He's Canadian, so
that's the only time I don't make fucking. I don't make a show is when I'm.
Man, every time Moosin, man, every time,
tours.
man, they be moosing all over the place. Gene be whipping their ass. Oh, Gene do. That's what he do.
What is Moosin? What is that?
Moosin. The Moosin champion of the world, baby.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what you know what a moose. You know what moose are.
I know what a moose is. Yes.
Yeah, moosing is a bunch of them.
Like there's just that's what a group of mooses. That's what a group of mooses is called.
A whole group. Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. Hey, over there, look at all those moosing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Because it wouldn't be, but it can be moose too. Though, like look at that group of moose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess you could.
But the Moosin champion of the world just sound better. I gave him that title, by the way. That was me.
It does. What would the plural of shit? I'm trying to think. Go ahead with the fucking
Shit. Anyway,
that would be the plural of shit.
Anyway, real quick, I understand the Mets made that trade because the trade you ain't going nowhere. Your season pretty much damn done. But hey, these motherfuckers, they having a fire sale.
Did that locker room think that, Will? Like, I mean, yeah, we can look at it from the outside and go, yeah, the fucking season's over. But like, I mean, the whole lot that just shows you the whole like. I saw a quote right before we came on here from Pete Alonso, and he was like, "I'm shocked that we got rid of Scherzer," and I'm like, "Are you? Like,
really?
Pete Alonso, you seem like you're shocked about a lot of things, though. I don't know if that dude's like fully there upstairs. Honestly,
He's clueless.
The polar bear.
There you go.
Yeah, but he's he might be a little clueless about a lot of stuff. But like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is there a locker room in on this whole like we're giving up thing? Because like it shows you a lot to just be like, yeah, we're just gonna get everybody now. Like, sorry, we spent a lot of money in the offseason.
We're going to rebuilding early.
So I was gonna say, and I think I even ended up reading a report where they had came out and said that like, oh no, this isn't a rebuild. Then why are you getting rid of? Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing. Then, like, what is the point of all this? If you guys are not potentially or like throwing yourselves 110% right now into starting a rebuild, and why would you do it so close to the end of the season? No matter what, no matter what your chances are of potentially going, to the series or not, like, it's really confusing.
Well, Scherzer though is kind of a different deal because they're going to get rid of Verlander too. I think before tomorrow. Tomorrow's the trade deadline.
Yeah.
But like those two guys though, like that doesn't necessarily signify a rebuild though. If you get at least some guys who are almost ready to play back, because those two dudes are old, man. The Mets would have had to get rid of those guys like within the next year or two anyway, because they're old as shit. Like, unless they're going to win the World Series this year, like they were basically just making like a 1 year run at it, Like now we can come off Verlander and Scherzer. Like I actually don't mind that at all. Say if they would have traded Francisco Lindor or something like that, I'd be like, what in the
You'd be
fuck
like,
are
what
these
the
dudes
hell?
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like any of their young guys, like Jeff McNeil is a younger dude, like any of those guys.
Yeah.
Like if they would have traded any of those guys, I'd be like, yeah, fuck. Like where they trade, what's his name, the catcher, was it Alvarez? Or what?
I think it was
can't
Alvarez.
remember his last name.
Yeah.
But he's a stud, and he also has two different sides of a face. You guys ever noticed that before? I sent you that. Dude, it's the craziest thing ever. Like one side of his face looks like a different dude's face. Like it's the craziest shit ever. I don't know if he got hit in the eye with a ball or something. I have no idea. But yeah, he's really good. And like so the older guys, like who cares? Like they're like they might not win a title this year. Like get something back so maybe you can run at it next year too. Right. So the Mets doesn't really confuse me that much. It's like, okay. It confuses me that they're not any good, right? Because like you look at that talent, like it's the same thing with the Padres. Why are the fucking San Diego Padres not better than they are? Like they're getting rid of them.
Honestly, I figured that the Padres would have just smooth sailed, to be completely honest with you, just because of
at least wild cards.
What they're sitting with. Yeah, like at least wild card. But I mean,
oh yeah.
Their first four hitters. The first four hitters are, I mean, Ha-Seong Kim got injured last night sliding into home plate, but he's a pretty good shortstop. He was like literally Tatis's replacement because Tatis was terrible defensively. But like after that, it's Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Jake Cronenworth. That's like that lineup is loaded. You have Blake Snell, Josh Hader pitching, like they're Joe Musgrove, like that roster is filled with talent, and they just like can't put it all together for some reason. Just like the Mets, they're the West version of the Mets. Is what they basically
are. The Mets to get you all they'll get you. This year's different, but most years they get you all hyped up and everything before the All-Star break. Then after the All-Star break, it all goes to crap
because they usually have talent.
They didn't even wait for the All-Star break this year. They tore down before. And
they spent so much money.
All that money.
Both of these teams did.
Yeah.
So what's it say about spending a bunch of money? Because the Padres went out and to steal Xander. Oh yeah, I forgot Xander Bogaerts is in that lineup too. Like they steal Xander Bogaerts, Xander Bogaerts plays shortstop. Sorry, I fucked that up. But they steal Xander Bogaerts for way too much money. And Tony's all pissed off that the Red Sox didn't sign back Xander Bogaerts. And I'm like, Tony, that is not the Red Sox fault. That is the San Diego Padres throwing so much money at Xander Bogaerts that nobody thought it was even going to get close to that level of money. And like, especially the Red Sox, they were like, "Oh, we feel good about $215 million. We feel good." And the Padres were like, $285 million. And we're like, okay, I don't know what the fuck. That's a left field offer,
right?
Like, so out of left field. And like, that's not the Red Sox fault at all. That's just the Padres being weird. Like, the Padres owner is weird. I don't think he knows anything about baseball, honestly, to tell you the truth. I think he just knows money. And I think that he gets guys, he's like, oh, yeah, Xander Bogaerts seems like he's pretty good. He's like, let's just give him a fucking ridiculous amount of money because I have it. Doesn't matter. I have it. Like, there's no salary cap.
Why not?
Like, it's the weirdest shit ever.
Here, look. So here's something I want to talk about. How y'all feel about Shohei getting taken off that market?
The
what do
Angels
y'all think about Shohei being taken off the market?
Angels already said they won't do it.
They're so dumb because the Angels as a franchise, why do you not trade Shohei Ohtani right now and get a haul back for him? Because if you think he's coming back next year, so outside of the Los Angeles Angels winning a World Series this year, that is the dumbest move that's been made in the last 50 years in baseball. That they did not trade him at the deadline. That's how big of a deal it is because he's not going back to the Angels.
So Shohei has said that he wants to stay on West Coast. I think if Shohei is to go anywhere, it's going to be Seattle.
Ooh.
That's left fieldy. There is
ooh. Does that qualify?
It's not for like, what's that? It is a pretty hot take, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot take. Seattle. I mean, it's not terrible. That's not a terrible guess, honestly. Like it's but
they
like Seattle
have that
has
Japanese influence there. They have, you know what I'm saying? Like,
isn't Ichiro an advisor or something?
And well, I never can remember his name. Please don't hold it against me. But the guy that was Japanese that played there before was like his idol.
Ichiro.
Yes.
Ichiro.
Yeah, that's
So
the,
why would
that's what I
he?
said.
Why
He's an
would he
advisor.
not go to Seattle
They
and
treated
play?
Ichiro, they treated him good too.
Absolutely.
well.
I mean,
I
Ichiro
don't know.
obviously fucking legend.
I honestly think that that's where he would go. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see LA get him. Obviously, we didn't do anything at all off season. We apparently saved all this money to get
For him.
Shohei. I don't genuinely think Shohei is going to come there, and I don't think that LA is going to be able to offer the money that he genuinely deserves to get. And I don't think he would even take an offer less than his value because he knows his value, you know? But I do think genuinely, I think Seattle is going to be the ones that pull him out. I think it's going to be them that takes him.
They do have a track record for it.
I read that quote from an MLB exec. It was a dude who was like asking an MLB executive. He was like, okay, so if I offer you 10 years, $650 million for Shohei Ohtani, what does that mean to you? And that Major League exec said, not enough. He said it's not enough money. That's basically what he's going to get, more than $650 million. But the thing is, if you think about it, so Aaron Judge got 400. Pitchers like Scherzer and Verlander, those guys get like 300. They would over a long-term deal, they would get $400 million, right? That's $700 million. And that's what you get out of Shohei Ohtani. You get a left-handed DH who is a $400 million a year hitter with a starting pitcher who is a $400 million starting pitcher.
And
so like it's okay to pay that guy.
And he's constantly 490 feet plus every time. It's pretty much a bomb every time Shohei cracks that ball.
I wouldn't say 490 plus every time, but like yes, he hits the ball
close to it,
like all the time. Like he hits the ball really hard. But yeah, I mean, you get two players. There's two players, and you open up a roster spot because you don't have to. You can have one less pitcher on the team. Like you open up a roster spot. Like him being a two-way player is so advantageous, especially analytically, that somebody's going to give him $700 million, and it's going to be a deal. It's going to be a deal at $700 million because that's two players that you get. You get two all-star caliber players for $700 million. So it's a deal. So like that's why it's so. That's why they will give him $700 million because he's two players.
He's worth it.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to get the deal of two guys. So like,
right. All right.
Anyway, the Yankees suck. Can I just fucking let that out real quick? God, they're fucking terrible.
I love hearing that out of your mouth. Can you just say it one more time?
Well, I'm the biggest realist of all time. Like they fucking suck right now. Like they're not any good. Like this, we don't even field a major league roster most days. A shocking stat in the 106th game of the year, something stupid like that for the Yankees this year. They have 101 different lineup variations. I'm gonna say that again. In 106 games, they have used 101 different starting lineups.
And can I say one thing real quick? I don't mean to interrupt you, but can I say one thing real quick? Congrats to the O's. Winning that division right now, beat over Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that thing's going to come down. The AL East is going to come down to the last week of the season.
But they ain't giving no, yeah.
Definitely will agree with that one.
I just bought some fifth row Kauffman Stadium, fifth row back, right behind the visitor dugout. Bought a couple of tickets for October 1st, I believe. Something like that. So the Yankees will be good and out of it by then.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully everybody's fucking playing because they'll be fucking taking the rest of the season. No, I just don't think they're going to, like, they need to make some kind of move tomorrow, and there's nobody left. Like, you make a Verlander move right now. Yeah. Like, yeah, maybe.
Right now,
maybe
you guys are.
Look,
right now,
I think that I genuinely do think the Rangers are going to take that division.
Not the
Y'all
division.
see what the Rangers have been
The
sitting here doing?
AL. Well,
Yeah.
the Rangers are in the AL West, though.
Yes,
So
they are.
Oh, you're saying they're going to take the AL West?
Yeah.
I think they are too. I don't think there's like
Especially with all the moves that they've made before this trade. Holy shit. Like,
and that's really the deal. That's why the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs. And like, the Astros are going to struggle to get in the playoffs. The defending champs are going to struggle to get in the playoffs because there's not enough spots. Because you have all these teams that are coming up. Like, obviously Tampa Bay is good every year, but like you have the Baltimore Orioles, like what I was just talking about, are going to be in contention for that division. That's a new team. The Rangers, new team. Like there's all these like there's up and coming teams, and you got to stay competitive. I mean, the fucking Yankees are like 6 games over 500. They're gonna be finished last in the AL East and shit. So like that's another thing. Like it's just the weirdest. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I thought the Mariners would have a shot, but they had a fire sale today, is what Brandon Anderson said. And yeah, they kind of did. They did. They got rid of what was his name? One of their relievers. Damn it, I forget his name. He's got a weird name. But yeah, like he was their best reliever, and like they just gave up. So I think he's saying that in reference to the Shohei thing. So yeah. So in reference to the Shohei thing, like they can't just like, they can't like basically have their
closer and their second baseman, Brandon said.
Okay. So it was their closer. Their closer had a weird name, and he was really good. But yeah, I mean, they get rid of those guys. Where you got to stay competitive. You have to be good too for Shohei to go there. I think, but we don't know if Shohei is about winning or if he's about that money. You can't really ever tell until they get that money. So that's the weirdest thing. Is like he might just go anywhere. Like he could go to Seattle and be like, yes, Seattle can pay me the most money. So like, why would I not? Like it's an investment thing. And you never know. Like I'm sure he wants to win because he's going to get $700 million. You just concede eventually. Once you get that $700 million, you're like, oh yeah, well now I can win because I got my money. It's like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. So
I mean, but does Shohei seem like he would be that kind of person? I mean, I don't know.
He doesn't. But like none of them seem like they're that kind of person. Like Kawhi Leonard didn't seem like he was that kind of guy. Honestly,
you remember that laugh of his? Come on, man.
It's not even real, dude. There's no way that's real. He's like, like I think it is though. He's just like the weirdest dude ever. Like he's like the weirdest fucking guy ever, dude.
But I think it's amazing.
The claw.
But I think it's amazing that everybody's like, it's like everybody's sort of kind of close together from the contenders, and the pretenders just think all the way to the bottom when you go back and look at the standings. Oh my gosh. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Anybody want to talk about Yankees, Dodgers? Anybody got anything? NFL, NBA?
I want to give props to the Dodgers, Erica.
You
guys are acting like I'm some kind of fucking like hunker, like fucking non-realistic. Like I'm pretty fucking realistic about like my fandom, dude. Like I'm pretty fucking realistic.
Like, to the Dodgers.
That's why it makes it so much better when my teams are good because I can just fucking, I'm fucking good. We're fucking good. Like I can just be realistic about it because like. Just think about it. Like it waters it down if you're just a fucking idiot and you're always like, nope, I think the Yankees are just right in this. Okay. I think they're all right. I think that roster's okay. I think they're going to be fine. Like it just waters it down if I'm like not realistic about it. Like they fucking suck right now. They fucking suck. And I don't think they're going to make the fucking playoffs. So like, but it makes it better than I can, next year when they're like 25 games over 500, I can be like, yeah, fucking take that. I like that Yankees. Like the Dodgers weren't supposed to do shit. Like they were. Apparently it was like, oh, they didn't have a very big offseason. I was like, they still have Mookie Betts and fucking Freddie Freeman, you idiots. Yep. Like that's what they lead off with. And those two dudes kill it every fucking game. Plus their farm system is just absolutely ridiculous all the time because they have all these camps set up in Cuba and like probably not Cuba, but not the KBS camp set up in Cuba. There's no camps in Cuba. This is a not fun place. But like, you would think, like, how much does it suck that Cuba sucks? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what a fucking country. What a country, just if you look at it, like, optically, like, holy shit. Like, Havana would be an awesome place if they weren't just a bunch of fucking oppressed, like you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just, like, their government kind of sucks a little bit. Like, so beautiful there. Like, how are you unhappy like that? But, anyway, like, they have all these camps set up. That's why their farm system's awesome. Because they literally have South American camps. Like, where these people, and, like, they were the first one kind of to do it. I think there's a couple other teams, and their farm system is amazing. They have a bunch of arms. They have a bunch of guys who are really good at teaching those arms. So they have a lot of fodder and shit, but like they didn't really do anything. What have they done, Erica, at the trade deadline? Anything? I mean, no, not yet. I mean, tomorrow's a trade deadline, so they still
tomorrow.
A lot of people
the Dodgers.
They haven't made any like legitimate moves yet, right? I mean, I haven't seen anything.
No, I mean, we've made some moves. I mean, we got rid of
Seward.
Trey Thompson.
Thank you, Brandon.
And
that's a weird
got
name.
him in
Got rid of Trey
exchange
Thompson?
for Joe Kelly and Lance Lynn.
Oh, that's a fucking awesome move. And then it was like Trace Thompson and a bunch of prospects. I think I saw that.
But hold on, let's be real here. All the Dodgers are doing is building up for the most epic choke of October. So I mean,
see, that's realism. That's fan realism, guys. You see that? It's called objectivity.
Yes.
It's where we're going, hey, they're probably just going to choke again because they do it all the time. And like, we're just being honest about it. Like, stop being fucking delusional about your sports fans team.
Can we just get a season again where there are no fans in the stands so my boys can bring
in the same way that LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers won in the bubble.
Oh,
the same way the Dodgers are the most talented. No, I say LeBron in every episode. That's why it's part of the point. But there's a trick to it. I have to actually reference it in some meaningful way. I can't just go LeBron James.
Okay, get to your point.
So like LeBron James and the Lakers won the same year that the Dodgers won in the bubble without fans, right?
Fact.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean that theoretically that's the most talented team because there's no home field advantage? It's just straight across the board. There's no home field advantage. So like the most talented team will always win. If you think about it. Wouldn't that make sense? Because you don't have like home field and shit.
Can we please record this episode so I can listen to it and listen to what he just said? A Yankees fan just said this. I need this to be like.
They were the most talented team. They were the most talented team in 2020 for sure.
Oh, it's the most talented, Erica. Don't worry, I'll get you.
They were loaded.
Don't worry, I'll get you.
I mean, obviously you can just go to YouTube or Facebook and everywhere that's on, and it actually records the whole thing. That's like the point.
All right, you guys.
I mean, no, I do to an extent like agree with you on that, but at the same time, to me in my mind, it's kind of like, shouldn't you be considered the best team when you're able to do it with the entire atmosphere
if you can fight through
what the game is?
You can fight through
it. So if they're not able to do it. I mean,
but they didn't choose that. It's not like the Dodgers and the Lakers were like, "Hey, we don't
want
to."
For sure.
They just won with what they had. Like, okay,
no,
so
for sure,
I guess
for sure.
Don't discount the Dodgers and the Lakers fucking titles. Don't say that there's an asterisk beside it because of the pandemic, which is fucking complete bullshit as we see now. It's like,
hold on a second. Whoa. I would know the first one that will always say no one gets to take that away from the Dodgers, pandemic or not. That is still a fucking ring that all those men get to wear on their finger and say that they fucking won. I will
Erica,
never
but you've heard that discounts them. I'm saying, but that exactly. So that you've heard from people that discounts them, right?
So many times, and it's annoying as fuck.
I have to hear all the time that LeBron James' fourth fucking NBA championship has an asterisk next to it because they didn't play with any fans in the fucking crowd. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. They still won against NBA teams, right? They weren't playing fucking Boston College, were they? I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was, and everybody was there. Oh yeah. Like it's just still fucking like it's so stupid. Like they still fucking won. Like it's not discounted. Like is it different? Yes, it's different than any championship that anybody's ever won because that situation was different for more people than has ever been in the history of the world. So it's going to be fucking different for professional sports teams too. So, yeah. LeBron, every show. Said it on every show, Will.
I was so excited we almost got through an episode without it.
You're never going to. Like, I don't know if you guys like think that I'm going to break this streak sometime, but I'm not going to. Like, it's easy. It's not like I have to do anything. Like, it's not like I'm like on a hit streak where I have to go out and get a fucking base hit. Like, all I got to do is like reference LeBron James in an actual conversation. Like, challenge me.
Hey,
like,
so my dad actually was telling my daughter a story the other day because she was like talking about LeBron James. Yeah, be proud of her. Ugh. Anyways,
good for her.
So my dad turns and he goes, "Hey, you want to know something? How close you and I are? I've sat that close to LeBron." And she was just like, so shocked, so amazed by it. I figured you would enjoy that though, because you know you are such a massive.
The beauty of that story is like how it actually is like sports are so influential to kids that like they think that like these guys are like they are above and beyond everything. Like I know I was a fucking kid one time. Like I was like I was so like starstruck by all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like and I still am. Like don't get me wrong, but it's like I just love how like it's so important to them, and it is important to society as a whole, just because of like that's how special it was to her. Like what, you sat that close to him? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just cool. It's like it's wonder. It's like it's something for like it's positive about sports. Like there's you know we obviously know that like this whole like a lot of sports guys, they're not the fucking model of like you know morality.
I got one more parting question. Male talk on it. Sports shows moderators, male moderator or female moderator, which one y'all taking?
Doesn't matter. Most of them are female. Like if that makes a difference, like most of them are, and I get why they are. That's a lot about the network. But I like what's his name, Chris? That's not Chris. On First Things, was it First Things First? I think with
the other dude.
Yeah, like what's not Broussard. Burt Wiles.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Brandon Wiles. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
First name, but he's cool, and like he does a really good job. They just kind of walked him into the thing. I don't like the reason why I feel like I do see a lot of female moderators on those things. Like I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude. Like if MLB Network is the worst, bro. MLB Network is the worst. They'll do a full body shot of a clearly very attractive female for like their fucking MLB Tonight shit, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude, you don't even hide it. You guys aren't even like you're clearly just going, oh, okay, so I get to watch this moderator. Like because they figured like it's entertainment value. Just maybe the person who's best for the job. I don't really, they are nice to look at. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not in Fox. MLB Network. You're not on the wrong track there. I don't think. But like at the same time, like it's like it's just kind of weird that they're like slamming it in our faces. Like, hey, look at this hot chick. She can talk about baseball. Hot chick's talking about baseball over here. MLB Network slapping you in the face with it. MLB Network. Look at all of our hot chicks in their revealing clothes. It's like I don't need to be treated like a fucking idiot. MLB Network, okay? I get it. Most of them actually seem like they like baseball though. Like they know a lot about it and shit. I don't know if they're reading off teleprompter though. They might be. I don't know.
Could be a teleprompter. What you think, Erica?
I mean, obviously, as a female, I'd rather see a female.
Did you just quotation female?
Yes, you did.
Are you not a female?
Quotations.
No, I'm not. I'm not a female.
You don't. Okay. It's not the pronouns you first use, or you were orange. I don't understand.
I'm blue. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, blue. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get our final thoughts around the room. Erica, you go first. Any final thoughts?
Because I'm a female?
No.
Yes, we're being chivalrous.
Yes, we're being chivalrous. For real.
Chivalry's not dead. It lives in us.
I think the only final thing I have to say is I'm kind of really shocked about Shohei getting pulled off, especially that so many teams seem to have everything that the Angels were asking for, but just out of nowhere just pulled him off. I mean,
and then they go and they.
But I definitely think he's going to go to Seattle. I think Seattle is going to end up staying in that background, and they're just going to come up and they're going to be the ones to get him. I really do think that.
Have you seen the odds on who's going to get him?
You might be right.
Have you seen the actual odds?
I haven't.
The Yankees are the top of the odds list.
You might be right.
Well, of course, why wouldn't they be? It's the Yankees.
And that's actually,
I like the Seattle thing better than I do the Yankees.
I believe that's a compliment. How do you not like the Yankees? That's where everybody, as far as him being a global, icon player as well, that's where you want to be. I hate to say this again, they made a little reel out about this, but there's no better place to be in Major League Baseball than playing and starting pitching for the New York Yankees. It's just not a thing. When we were talking about Aaron Judge, is he going to go back there? Is he going to go to San Francisco? You have one to pick from, and you want to be above and beyond. You want to become an actual icon of Major League Baseball. That's what you pick. I'm sorry, that's what it is. They are the New York Yankees. It's a thing. I think anybody who's rational would actually say that.
Agree to disagree to agree, but
I think the Dodgers have that. I think the Dodgers have that too. I think the Dodgers have like the West Coast version of the Yankees as far as like they're like a very famous, a very storied franchise who can get any free agent because it's the fucking Dodgers. Like you go play, like it's the only professional sport where it's not about the players, it is about the franchise.
True.
Like it is almost completely about the fucking icon that you wear on your hat. It really is.
Yeah. It really
So-
genuinely is all about what you wear on that hat.
Okay, Dan.
It's
What
just
you,
Major League Baseball too. It's weird.
okay, Dan. Final thoughts from you. What you think
That's
about?
it.
Okay, cool.
Nothing. Erica's not Asian, by the way. There's no.
I know.
If we did a genealogy on that, there's probably absolutely zero Asian.
I know it's a disappointment.
It's definitely not 10%. If it is, like 10%, we can tell.
It might be
10%, we'd be like, oh, that's a little bit.
That's a little bit. Yeah. It might be 2%.
Yeah. No,
2%. She might be 1%.
Everyone's like a 0.6.
Yeah, like a 0.6 or a 0.5.
Like nobody has like Hitler was wrong. There is no perfect bloodline. Like it doesn't fucking exist.
Nope.
You idiot. Like
Nope.
it's not.
Every group got fault.
What is it? What is something stupid like 30% of all Asian males are related to Genghis Khan somehow because he had so many offspring. He had like thousands of kids or something like that. Like 30%.
Crazy when you think about it.
Nuts! It wasn't even that long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like he was fucking so much that was like thousands of kids, thousands of children that went and had thousands more children. Like
he was Wilt
this
shit
shit is nuts, dude. What a crazy asshole.
Wilt Chamberlain all over.
He was Wilt Chamberlain. Like every 30% of all kids.
That's how Will wants to be with every Asian woman. So I mean,
yes, Lord.
Do you guys know who Gator Rivers was? He used to be a Harlem Globetrotter. Okay. Dude, he had like 40 some kids. I used to know one of them. I used to work with one of them at a restaurant.
I can't have.
Yeah, she was really cool. But like, she was Gator Rivers' daughter. He had like 40 some kids. Like, what the fuck?
40 kids.
Yeah, with like 27 different women or something like that.
Can you see the
couldn't pull out of a driveway, huh?
Can you see the child support bill for that? Good Lord.
Right?
I bet he didn't pay it. Honestly, like seriously, that's a lot of fucking. You didn't make enough money at that point. You can still be a Harlem Globetrotter, and he ain't fucking making that much money. 40 fucking kids, Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
If it's $1 a kid, maybe, which does nothing. You know what I mean? Get an extra lollipop there. That's it.
All right, you guys. I want to say thank you real quick for everybody in TV land joining us for this condensed show tonight. We do appreciate it. Well, almost 1 hour, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Erica, thank you for being here. Thank you, and appreciate you coming back. Dan, appreciate you being here.
It's good to be back.
As always.
I'll be here next week.
Hopefully we get Josie. I don't know, but tomorrow night, look out for Sports Report Fight Night. Myself, Josie, Kill.
Stack's gonna be there.
Stacks should be there. I don't know which Stacks will be there. Stacks. So definitely check us out tomorrow night, Sports Report Fight Night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Sports Report Network. And if there's nothing else, I want to say thank you to everybody being out here. We do appreciate you guys. We will see you guys again.
Thank you, Brandon.
Week. And we'll see you guys again next week, right here on
Talk to your sister, buddy.
What?
Don't think his sister was sick. Hey, fuck you guys.
Okay.
I'm serious. We didn't fucking put it up there because.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay, I didn't see.
I was like, I'm just telling him like, thanks for sharing with us.
Listen, that's not what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, I didn't think you were talking about that either.
I was like, fuck, you guys are assholes.
We're terrible.
It's because I don't say anything serious, isn't it? I was being serious. You guys are like, oh, he's fucking joking.
He's joking around.
I'm just gonna start being serious all the time. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not joking. There's never any jokes here from this guy.
All right, you guys.
No more jokes.
Here.
Fucking
y'all have a good night.
Fucking done being funny. Done being funny for you guys.